Hello everyone, this is Jay with IwSpline Incorporated again, and today I'm going to show how to, on a road system, if you will, to go ahead and add things like, the guardrails, curbs in a city, this sort of stuff, without using decorations, just with using spline meshes themselves, and then do a little bit of work with walls. So, if you will, this is building roads too, and some wall work. What we have here is the very same level that I have been using all along. I'm pilfered around with it, but if you will, everything in here has been built with IwSpline. Give me a second. Let me just snap this down. So you can see the only thing extra in here is just your standard boilerplate stuff here. The buggy vehicles out of that desert racing little game that Epic so kindly gave us all, and the rest of it, everything else that you see in here is just IwSpline. The foliage, the tracks, and all of the landscaping for the tracks was actually done by IwSpline as well. So without further ado, let's just kind of watch it in action as this level develops, and we'll start up here on the top of the mountain, and there go our dune buggies. This is the transiting portion of if I could just talk, of the product. In other words, it can move objects along the spline, and those are actually skeletal meshes that it's moving. It orients them and then starts them going. There's a couple of things to iron out on that, but all in all, it works pretty good. You could use it for conveyor belts in a factory, as well as the conveyors that you get on at an airport. If he was doing something of that nature, they'll basically move any kind of an object so long as the object has generate overlaps turned on. Okay, and let's go ahead and stop that, and we'll pop out of here, and let's go down there and run with them, because they'll also move people. So, I mean, I've got a requirement in my own game of where I'm going to have something like an air tube, and that will move people around on the larger. We just got hit by one of the buggies, and I'm going to be using those to move people around in the game. Anyway, I wanted to keep this demo short, so we'll just get out. And I'll go over here, a little open area, show you how that was accomplished. First thing, of course, we're going to need to get ourselves a new blueprint. Now, these blueprints, of course, are working with the blueprint library that ships with the product. And first thing we'll do is we'll just go ahead and make that road that we see over there. So let's drag it out, grab this guy, let's go ahead and move this out. I actually want that spline point gone. See that I left it, and we'll go back to spline 6. And as you've seen me do before, we're just going to come over here, drag and drop we need to add in an area, but we're going to drag and drop in some meshes. So let's get down to our roads, put a road on it, okay, and then we're going to pop over here, and this mesh here, of course, came out of the track generator. So we're going to put a right guardrail on it. We're going to pop on a left guardrail. We're going to go back up here to the top, and we're going to size the static mesh, okay? We're going to size the segments on the spline to the static mesh. There we go, okay? And as we can come down here and we can see, it's not a big deal. I'm not going to go through how to move objects using the product today, again, because I want to keep this video short. But we can sit here and we can grab it. Grab the wrong one, wouldn't do much good. Make a new point, drag it over there, this, smooth it out some, and of course now it's all stretched and skewed. But you can see that our guardrails, okay, are being generated right along with the track, and we can put, we can put any static mesh there we want. Now the way Epic set these particular meshes up, they work out naturally. I mean, the offsets of the left and right guardrails, what's actually lining them up. IwMesh isn't. I'm going to put in a little bit more logic to help IwMesh, IwSpline. I'm going to put in a little more logic to help IwSpline make a best guess. Okay, but there are controls over here where you can move the two other static meshes on the spline up and down, with these static mesh right, static mesh left, these offsets right here. You can move them around and get them precisely positioned the way you want. And again, that doesn't look too good, so we'll just roll back up here, resize, and now we've got something that looks exactly like the gentleman at Epic Games intended for it to look. We can go ahead and just grab this up here, grab him, and him. Okay, and then we just scroll down to our landscape section, click the button, and we've got it formed. And we could click a couple more buttons, and we'd be able to actually be moved on this thing. Okay, but that'll be enough on the road, if you will. So let's go ahead and get rid of some of that stuff. We'll go back up here. Let's clear out the static meshes that we're currently using, so we don't want them anymore. No need to put in a new mesh. I keep on saying mesh. It's been a long day. No sense in, if you will, putting in a new blueprint. We can just use the one that we've got. And what we're going to do here, so we can go ahead and grab that, drop that in, okay? And because we've still got that little hump there in the middle, doesn't look too slick, what we're going to do is we'll come down here and say that we want all the points on the z-axis set to the value for the first point, which is going to line it back up like that for us, so we're not sitting here wasting our time. Go ahead and move the landscape down a little bit, get that restructured, and we'll go ahead and grab this, move it over there like that. Woohoo! Snap him back down to the ground there. Move him over there, something like this. And I don't want all those spline points on there right at this point. So let's just go ahead and delete out 6 of them. And let's go ahead and get rid of 2 more. Okay. And let's push him back there kind of in the wall. Get our spline segment point. And on all the stuff that we've been doing, we could have been putting the decorations on just like I showed in the foliage demo, and which we've got back behind us. Drag that over there. We got a really ugly looking wall, and so we just come back up here, set each segment to the spline mesh size. We're done. Just made ourselves a wall. Okay, so let's say the boss comes in and he says, well, that's just wonderful, but that's not really what I wanted. I wanted a lower wall. Okay, fine. You got a lower wall now, okay? And if you don't like the landscaping for it, okay, well then we'll just come down here and do this. We can build it back in if we wish. We can use the landscape tools from Epic Games and cover over that, do whatever we want. We can put the decorations on here if we wish. Or we can just sit here and do a rotation, because this is actually the back side of the mesh. Okay. And have our wall out here. And I've really done that to show you that this particular mesh is still being skewed. Okay. So we need to just roll back up here, set the static mesh size to, and there we go. Snaps right back in. Anyway, I'll be doing a little bit more of this later on, but I just wanted to get a little demonstration on walls and being able to attach more than one static mesh onto the spline, being able to use them. And my next video that I'll be putting up for demonstration will be showing essentially how to turn on the, I call it transiting, but the actual movement of objects. And it only takes about 30 seconds to do it. It's not that big of a deal. And anyway, I wish everybody a great weekend, and thank you very much for your time. Goodbye.